Okay, share screen. Yes, Prabhuji.
Mataji, I will sing one line and then everyone will repeat.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Namam Vishwaram Sachidanandarupam
Nama
Satkundhalam Gokule Brajamana Yashodhabiyolukhaladhavamanam Paramrishtamatyantato Drutagopya
Paramrushtam atyanto drutyatagopya
Rudam tam muhurnetra yugmam brajantam
Rudantam yugmantam
Karambhojayugmena shatam kanetram
Karamujayugmenam
Muhushvasakam patri rekhakantha Siddhagraiva damodaram bhaktibaddham
Sthitam bhakti
Itti drishvalilabhir anandakundhe
iti drupsvadilabhiranandakunde
Swagosham nimachantam akyapayantam
swagosham nimarjantam akyapayantam
Tadiyeshitagneshu bhaktirjitattvam
tadiyeshitagneshu
Puna prematastam satavritti
Puna prematastam shatavriti vande
Varam deva moksham na mokshavadim va
Varam deva mokshana mokshavadim
Na chanyam praneham varishad apiha
Nachanjay Brunesham Varila Apina
Idam teva purnata gopala balam
Idam Deva Purnasa Gopala Bala
Sada me manasya virashtam kimanye
Sadami Manasya
Idam te mukhambojam atyanta niler
Idam Deva Purnam Atyanta Nile
Vritam kuntalai snigdharaktaischa gopya
Vrutam Kuntale Snigdha Gopya
Muhuschambitam bimbaraktam dharam me Manasya virashtham alam lakshalabhye
Manasya
Namo deva damodarananta vishnu Prasiddha prabho dukha jalabdimagnam कृपा दृष्टि वृष्याति दिनं भतानु ग्रहाणेशमाम् अग्न्यम् इदियाशीदृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ बद्ध वृत्यैत्वयद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोधरायाथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
राम हरे
Ram
राम
Hare
हरे Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Very nicely. Very nice.
Didn't know you could sing so well.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. Very beautiful. Thank you so much. So nice. Okay, so next, Sandhya Mataji, over to you.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone and especially Lakshmi Mataji for giving us an opportunity to do this Kartik program online. So thank you everyone and Hare Krishna.
Can I just request everyone to mute yourselves, please? Thank you.
So we'll start on the glories and then later on the
Lakshmi, can you remove this screen?
Oh, yes, I will. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Okay. So this month is for Sri Radharani herself. It is Krishna's favorite month because she is compassion towards us. Because it's Krishna's favorite month because his compassion towards us increases. Krishna is Bhakta Vatsalya. He's merciful to his devotees, just like a mother is loving to her calf, and Krishna reciprocates the same. So among the months, Kartik is the most favorable. Just like the scripture says, among the places, Mathura and Vrindavan is the topmost. Among the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost. Among the herbs, Tulsi is the topmost. Among all the rivers, Ganga is the topmost. And similarly, among all the months, Kartik is the topmost and most favorable to Lord Krishna. Two reasons. Why? First reason, every month in the Vedic calendar has a worshipable deity. So the last month is known as Damodar, which is known as Damodar Mass. Srila Rupa Goswami referred Radharani as Kartik Devi. In other words, Radharani is the goddess and or presiding deity of the Kartik Vrat. Second reason is the celebrated pastime of Mother Yashoda tying Krishna to a wooden grinding mortar. Mortar means dam and belly means udar. His belly, he whose belly is tied to the wooden grinding mortar is Damodar. In Skanda Puran and Padma Puran, is described that any service performed to Lord Krishna at this time, example, chanting, hearing Krishna Katha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya by reading Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, giving charity and doing severe austerities or simple austerities, one will get thousands of times benefits compared to other months. In summary, we have to be greedy spiritually and grab whatever service we can do for Krishna. It is said by offering a lamb during the month of Kartik, one burns a collection of sins as big as Mount Meru or Mount Mandara and attains a result that cannot be obtained within 100 yajnas or 100 pilgrimages. Besides offering a lamb to Lord Sri Krishna, which is known as Lord Dāmodar, one should sing and meditate upon the Dāmodarāṣṭakam, which Prabhuji sang so beautifully, and which glorifies Mother Yashoda's binding baby Krishna with ropes. The Dāmodarāṣṭakam song was taken from Padma Puran and was spoken by Satyavrata Muni to Narad Muni and Shaunaka Rishi. So let's start on with the glories of this month. What are the festivals we have in this month? So we just had, which we missed, Sharad Purnima, where Lord Krishna expanded himself 1,000 times and performed the Ras Leela. Bahulashtami, appearance of Radhakund and Shyamakund, which was just yesterday, we talked about it. And then we have Rama Ekadashi that is coming up soon, which we fast from grains. And then we got Dantarash Puja, that's coming on the 3rd November. And we have Naraka Chaturdashi, where Lord Krishna killed the demon, where Lord Krishna killed Narakasura and freed 16,000 queens. And then come on Diwali, our favorite festival, which is once a year, and it's on the 5th of November, where Lord Ram returns to Ayodhya and we perform Lakshmi Devi Appearance Day. When Mother Yashoda binds Krishna, then we have the Govardhan Puja, and we have lots of sweets there, and where we worship cows and Govardhan Hill, and Baya Dhuj, where Yamuna meets her brother Yamaraj. And of course, we have the disappearance of our founder ISKCON, which is Srila Prabhupada, which is coming up on the 8th of November. And then we have Gopa Ashtami on the 12th of November, where Sri Krishna becomes a cowherd boy, Kamsa Vadh Leela, where Krishna kills the demon Kamsa, and freed Devaki and his father Vasudev. And disappearance of Srila Gaura Kishore Das Babaji on the 15th of November, Uttana Ekadashi, where we on the 15th of November we're fasting from grains, and Uttana Ekadashi, Uttana Ekadashi, fasting from grains, and then we got Bhishma Panchak. 15th of November is the last 5 days where Bhishma Dev prayed to the Lord while preparing himself to leave his body. And then the final one is the Tulsi Viva, where on the 19th of November, marriage ceremony of Tulsi and Lord Vishnu. I hope Mataji, I've captured everything. All right. So, okay, Hare Krishna. So let's move on to the story of Damodar Leela. And so let's enjoy the nectar of his pastimes, the Lordship's pastimes. Hare Krishna. So Krishna was very famous in stealing butter, and he was known as Makhan Chor. And the gopis used to caught him stealing, and he used to say, "No, I didn't steal." But was he really stealing? Mataji, you want to do the slides, please? Thank you. So I'll just go back a little bit, please. So was Krishna really stealing the butter from the gopis? So no, he wasn't stealing, because he's Bhoktaram Yagyat Pasam, where Krishna says, I am all the sacrifices, austerities, penances, and whatever people are undertaking for perfection, the enjoyer of such activities, it is me. I only can enjoy it. So it was described, the gopis prayed and made butter for Krishna to come and eat his butter. However, one day, Mother Yashoda got tired of hearing the gopis complaining about Krishna and decided to churn butter for Krishna. Next slide, Mataji, please. So Nanda Maharaj had exceptional breed of cows that gives sweet and aromatic milk. He had 900,000 cows, and among them, there were 108 cows. And among the 8 cows, among them, there were 2 Padmagandha cows, and they were the ones that their milk, because they had only particular type of grass to eat, and they were loved so dearly by Yashoda, Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, and he was giving the most ultimate sweetest milk. So Mother Yashoda decided to make some nice milk preparations from the Padmagandha cows. She put the milk on the stove or chula to boil. At the same time, she started to churn out butter nearby. Next slide, Mataji, please.
Sorry, my Skype decided to reboot.
Okay, I will.
Can you see it now?
Yeah. So it's the third slide, Mataji, please.
Is that the one?
No, the next.
So we had Nanda Maharaj. This one?
Next one.
We can't see the slides though.
No, the next one. Before that, Mataji. Next one before. Yep. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Mataji. So Mother Yashoda one day decided to make some nice milk preparations from the Padmagandha cows, and she put the milk on the stove or chula to boil. At the same time, she started to churn out butter nearby, as you can see in the picture. It was described Mother Yashoda, while churning, her bangles on her wrist were making nice, beautiful sounds, and the sounds of the churning of the rod in the yogurt was making different beautiful sounds, while Mother Yashoda was singing beautifully, and the flowers decorated on her hair would fall, and she continually remembering Krishna. Meanwhile, Krishna was sleeping as Yoga Nindra. Why? Despite sleeping, he knows everything what's going on. So Krishna woke up and ran towards his mother, and authoritatively with one hand, he held the churning rod and indicated that he was hungry. He said, no more churning, milk. The Mother Yashoda lifted baby Krishna. Next slide, Mataji. And started feeding him. It is described Krishna had a sweet smile while drinking his mother's milk because he was tasting her love. The Acharya said Krishna was not tasting her milk, but he was tasting the motherly love coming through her milk. So this is the motherly, affectionate, devotional love that was displayed in this pastime. So when Krishna started seeing his mother's love, he started smiling. This increased the Mother Yashoda's love, and her milk became more sweeter, and which made Krishna smile more. And with mother's love, milk became sweeter, and the bigger the smile, and this reciprocation was going on for some time within the Lord and his pure devotee. While the reciprocation was going on, Mother Yashoda saw the milk kept on the stove was overboiling. Next slide, Mataji. It was described the milk was thinking, what is the use of being Padmagandha milk when we cannot enter in Krishna little's mouth? Since Mother Yashoda was feeding her milk to Krishna, what is the use of our existence? It's better for us to jump and commit suicide, and hence the milk started overflowing. So Mother Yashoda put Krishna down and rushed to remove the pot from the fire, and this made Krishna very angry. In practical example, when a devotee is given a choice to do a service of one service over the other, so we should focus, and Krishna will reciprocate and give us intelligence to perform the service well. As mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita caturśloki 10.10, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam prithvipurvakam tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam uppayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. The reason why Mother Yashoda wanted to save her milk was, according to the acharyas, she put on so much effort so that the best Padmagandha milk and the best milk from the best cows, best preparations were made so Krishna doesn't go out stealing butter from the gopis. Feeding her milk to Krishna could be done anytime, but Krishna was thinking something else. Why Mother Yashoda has to go and save the milk, as she's already feeding me and making me happy? Mother Yashoda took the right choice, as she was doing it for Krishna's benefit. Krishna became very angry and started biting his lips. It was described that his red lips represented anger, while his white teeth pressing his red lips represented peace. So the acharyas were saying that we should, when we get anger, we should press our peace over anger. So next slide, Mataji. So however, Krishna wanted to take revenge, and he decided to break some butter pots churned by his mother. He started to look around and found a stone and threw it at the pots. When the stone hit one pot, it started swinging and hit other pots and created a total mess. Next slide, Mataji, please. When Mother Yashoda returned, there was butter everywhere and the pots were broken and Krishna was nowhere to be seen. So Mother Yashoda started thinking, and investigating if this act was done by the monkeys, since there were so many monkeys in Vrindavan. But then she sees small butter footprints leading from one room to another room. She was angry and she said, I need to teach Krishna a lesson. If I don't do, and he will be a bad boy in future. Here we can see Mother Yashoda's pure love for her son, even though her gopis say that Krishna is God because he killed so many demons. But Mother Yashoda didn't believe any of these gopi stories. So that she only said that he is my only son. Mother Yashoda's love was so intense that even though she saw the universes in Krishna's small mouth, she used to think Krishna is not, she used to think Krishna was really God. But as soon Krishna closes his mouth and sees Krishna's baby smile, she forgets everything and said, oh my God, I'm just tired, I'm daydreaming. So Krishna will give. So here we can see the past times that Krishna burst his supremacy, but his mother's love for Krishna was so deep that it goes way beyond the understanding that Krishna is being God. Krishna didn't want his mother to think that he was a supreme controller, because if she thinks he's God, then she will start doing namaskar to Krishna, and Mother Yashoda actually was displaying the Vatsalya Bhav towards Krishna. So next slide, Mataji, please. Then Mother Yashoda was tracing Krishna's footprints and found Krishna sitting on a wooden big grinding mortar with butter all over the place, pots all broken, and Krishna there was busy feeding the monkeys. And there were crows eating the butter too. So imagine the butter made from the Padmagandha cows' milk that Krishna was not eating but feeding the monkeys. And he fed until the monkeys were so full and they didn't want to eat. And what he says, the butter is useless. And because the monkeys also don't want to eat, so Mother Yashoda comes slowly and come behind him. Now, who are these monkeys? These monkeys helped Lord Ram to cross over from Setu to Lanka and killed Ravan, rescued Sita, were born in Vrindavan and were fed by Krishna. Wow, so beautiful pastimes. So Krishna didn't see Mother Yashoda coming behind him. So the crows started flying away, making noise. And the monkey started jumping, and then Krishna turned back and got very afraid seeing his mother behind him. And he got off from the wooden grinding mortar, started running, and he saw small little legs were slipping from the butter. And despite he still continued running, and Mother Yashoda was running after him. And this was going on for some time, as you can see in the slide. Now, who is Krishna? Bhagavad Gita confirms in 10.10. Sorry, 10.8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matha sarvam pravartate. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. But why was Krishna? But here we have Krishna as supreme controller, fearing his mother Yashoda. Question: why was he behaving like this? It was described that his real fear was in his eyes, and he was displaying his pastimes as a child and not God. Then Mother Yashoda was running. She was sweating, she was gasping, her hair got messy, her flowers were falling down, and her sari became loose, and she continued running, chasing Krishna. It was described the flowers sitting on her head, on Mother Yashoda's head, were enjoying the beautiful pastimes. But some of the flowers that fell off from her hair actually were saying, what type of devotee is she? So it was impossible to, be in the right slide, yeah. So it was impossible to catch the Supreme Lord, but finally she caught Krishna. Next slide, Mataji, sorry. Yeah. Sukadeva Goswami spoke the first 9 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam to confirm Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead before reaching the 10th canto. So similarly, we have to practice the 9 stages of bhakti before we can see the fruit of prem, or the true love for Krishna. So Krishna was finally caught by Mother Yashoda, and he was crying and rubbing his eyes that his kajal was smeared, as described in the first 2 verses as we sung just now. Mother Yashoda says, since you sat on the wooden grinding mortar that helped you to behave naughty, now I will bind you all together. So Mother Yashoda got the rope, measured Krishna's waist, and tied the rope, but it was short of rope. Again, she fetched more rope and tried tying, but again she fell short by 2 fingers. Again, she got a longer rope. She tried tying, but she was short by 2 fingers. This was Krishna's Achintya Shakti, inconceivable power, which displayed short by 2 fingers. Then Mother Yashoda started wondering what is going on and ordered the gopis to fetch more rope. But again, he was short by 2 fingers. The gopi tried to intervene, but Mother Yashoda said no. The gopis tried to intervene to Mother Yashoda and said, do not punish Krishna. But she said, no, I have to teach him a lesson. Else I keep hearing complaints from you that he's stealing butter from your homes. The Acharya describes here that to bind Krishna, we need 2 things. One is our endeavor, and second, by Krishna's will to be bound. And if both of them are available, then only we can bind Krishna. So when we have 2 fingers short and Mother Yashoda was tying Krishna and Krishna was testing her as how far she can go, then Krishna sees his mother getting tired, and his mother's love is more than herself that she demonstrated here. Krishna sees that nobody in the whole cosmic manifestation that loves him in a motherly fashion other than Mother Yashoda. Krishna saw his mother, loving mother, was getting very tired and agreed that since your effort to bind me and my will to get it to since your effort to bind me and my will to get bound both are satisfying, then I have agree here to be bound by you. This is an inconceivable pastime that has never happened that only Mother Yashoda was able to bind Krishna on that day. So she bound the boundless personality on a, and therefore is called Damodar, whose belly was bound or tied to the wooden grinding mortar. Next slide, Mataji, please. Yeah, the next one, I think. Yeah, okay. So Mother Yashoda goes away from there and started to clean up the mess made by Krishna. So Krishna sees his friends coming near him and his friends say, let's go and play over there, Krishna. But Krishna says, I'm being tied. But what can I do? So Krishna decided to crawl where the vertical wooden grinding mortar became horizontal and Krishna started to crawl with the mortar behind him. As you can see in the first picture, as he was crawling, the mortar got stuck between two Arjuna tall trees and he was trying to pull harder and moving forward, and then the two trees burst and then the two transcendental personalities appeared. Now, who are these two transcendental personalities? In the previous yuga, near Kailash, there were two sons of Kuver, and the sons' names were Manigriva and Nalakura. They were bathing in the Mandakini river and with all the beautiful women being intoxicated and drunk at that time. As Sri Narada Muni was passing by, the women did the needful thing, but Manigriva and Nalakura were shamelessly naked in front of Narada Muni. So Narada Muni, being a devotee who never harms anyone, but thought, how can I make these two devotees? So Narada Muni said, I curse you, both Manigriva and Nalakura, standing in front of me, naked and shameless, to become trees. But he gave blessings to them that in 100 heavenly years, when Sri Krishna comes down to do his pastimes, you will be delivered by him. You will live in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj till then. So Krishna, through his potency, he uprooted those trees and liberated Manigriva and Nalakura. So these two personalities paid their humble obeisances and said, Krishna, we are the sons of Kuver and we got cursed by Narad Muni because of our pride, and due to your mercy, we are saved. So that ends the story. And there's another instance where Krishna crushes another personality, was Lord Indra, where he lifted the Govardhan hill to protect the Brajavasi in Vrindavan. So through this pastime, we can see Krishna perform unlimited and enchanting childhood pastimes with Mother Yashoda and the gopis. The whole pastime took place on Diwali morning. So I would like to conclude. Let us offer ghee lamp to Lord Damodar, hear Krishna Katha and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Thank you.
Very nice, Mataji.
Well done, Mataji.
Very nice. Very
Really
nice.
great. Awesome and great presentation.
Very nice.
Thank you all Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, Sanchita Mataji, you're up. Do you want me to share? Shall I share the caturśloki page?
Okay, Mataji, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous after listening to Sandhya Mataji and Aditya.
Nah, don't be. You'll do perfectly fine. Don't worry.
Mataji, introduction.
Sorry?
Introduction, Mataji.
In what sense?
Om Ajnanaatimirandasya.
You mean the invocation?
Yeah, invocation.
Yeah, you want? Yeah, we can do the invocation. Sure.
Oh, all right.
So,
Can I start?
does everybody remember it? Or
Yes.
yeah? Okay, good. Let's just get started then.
Om Ajnanatrimirandasya Jnanashkalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganaragutanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijatsatam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Karuna Sandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Nita Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna everyone. uh, caturśloki. This is the summary of Bhagavad Gita in 4 verses. So the first verse, Krishna explains all his opulences and knowing them impels devotees to serve him. Second verse, Krishna explains how they serve him. Third and fourth, these 2 verses explain how Krishna reciprocates with his devotees. 10.8 अहं सर्वस्य प्रभावो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुद्धा भावा समन्विताः. Aham, I, Sarvasya, of all, Prabhava, the source of generation, Matha, from me, Sarvam, everything, Pravartate, emanates, Iti, thus, Matva, knowing, Bhajante, become devoted, Mam, unto me, Buddhaha, the learned, Bhava Samanvitaham, with great attention. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Here, Lord Krishna tells us in this shloka that He is the origin of all creation. Everything proceeds from Him. The wise who know this perfectly worship Him with great faith and devotion. A learned scholar who studied the Vedas perfectly and has information of this from the right authorities like Lord Chaitanya can apply these teachings in day to day activities, can understand this fact clearly. All Vedic literatures and commentaries by different acharyas have mentioned Krishna as the source of Brahma, Shiva, and all demigods. In the Narayana Upanishad, it is said, from Narayana, Brahma is born, and from Narayana, the other demigods are also born. That is, from Narayana, Indra is born, from Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born, from Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born, from Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. Narayana is the expansion of Krishna. In the Moksha Dharma section of the Mahabharata, Krishna also says, the demigods Shiva and other created by me, though they do not know they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusion energy. From all this, it proves, and therefore one must believe that Krishna is the supreme controller. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be ordinary man. A Krishna conscious person should not be influenced by such fools. 10.9 Macchitta madgata prana bodhayantah parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Macchitta, their minds fully engaged in me. Madgata pranaha, their lives devoted to me. Bodhayantah, preaching. Parasparam, among themselves. Katayantaha, talking. Cha, also. Mam, about me. Nityam, perpetually. Tushyanti, become pleased. Cha, also. Ramanti, enjoy transcendental bliss. Cha, also. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So, Lord Krishna says, with their minds fixed on me and their lives surrendered unto me, my devotees remain ever contented in me. They derive great satisfaction and bliss by doing this. The symptoms of the pure devotees are described in this verse specifically. Pure devotees engage themselves fully in the transcendental love and service of the Lord. Their minds cannot be diverted from the lotus feet of Krishna. Their talks are of no other subject but only Krishna. In the preliminary stage of devotional service, they relish the transcendental pleasure from the service itself, and in the mature stage, they are actually situated fully in the love of Krishna. Once situated in that transcendental position, they can relish the highest perfection which is exhibited by the Lord in his abode. Lord Chaitanya mentions that transcendental devotional service is like sowing of a seed in the heart of the living entity. We all are very, very lucky because there are innumerable living entities traveling throughout the different planets of the universe, and out of them, there are only few fortunate enough to meet a pure devotee and get a chance to understand devotional service. 10.10 तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन माम् उपयन्ति ते. Tesham, unto me, satata yuktanam, always engaged, bhajatam, in rendering devotional service, priti purvakam, in loving ecstasy, dadami, I give, buddhi yogam, real intelligence, tam, that, yena, by which, mam, unto me, upayanti, come, they. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. In this verse, the word Buddhi Yogam is very significant. Buddhi means intelligence, and yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. When one tries to go back home, back to Godhead, and takes fully to Krishna consciousness and devotional service, his action is called Buddhi Yoga. In other words, Buddhi Yoga is the process by which one gets out of the entanglement of this material world. The ultimate goal of progress is Krishna. When a person knows the goal of life but is addicted to the fruit of activities, he is acting in Karma Yoga. When he knows that the goal is Krishna, but he takes pleasure in the mental speculations to understand Krishna, he is acting in Jnana Yoga. And when he knows the goal and seeks Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in Bhakti Yoga or Buddhi Yoga, which is the complete yoga. The complete yoga is the highest perfectional stage of life. 10.11 Tesham evanukampartam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastu jnanadipena bhashvata. tesham, for them, eva, certainly, anukampartam, to show special mercy, aham, I, ajnanajam, due to ignorance, tamaha, darkness, nashayami, dispel, Atmabhava within their hearts, Staha situated, Jnana of knowledge, Deepena with the lamps, Bhashvata glowing. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge, darkness born of ignorance. In this purport, it says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to promote the chanting of Hare Krishna, and thousands of people were following him. Prakashananda Saraswati, a very influential learned scholar, said he is being sentimentalist. Mayavadi philosophers criticized devotees, saying they are in the darkness of ignorance, philosophically naive. Actually, that is not the fact. If devotee does not follow literature, or if he is sincere in his devotional service, he is held by Krishna himself with his heart. So sincere devotee cannot be without knowledge. Those who are engaged in pure devotional service, even if they do not have education, money, or knowledge of the Vedic literature, are still held by Supreme God. A man, if he is not devoted or not a lover of Krishna, he will never understand Krishna. So the Lord tells Arjuna that basically there is no possibility of understanding the supreme truth, the absolute truth, the supreme personality of Godhead, simply by speculating for the supreme truth is so great that it is not possible to understand Him or to achieve Him simply by making a mental effort. Man can go on speculating for several millions of years, and if he's not devoted, if he's not a lover of supreme truth, he will never understand Krishna or the supreme truth. Only by a devotional service is the supreme truth, Krishna, pleased, and by his inconceivable energy, he can reveal himself to the heart of the pure devotee. The pure devotee always has Krishna within his heart, and with presence of Krishna, who is just like the sun, the darkness of ignorance is at once dissipated. This is the special mercy rendered to the pure devotee by Krishna. Due to the contamination of material association through many millions of births, one's heart is always covered with dust of materialism. But when one engages in devotional service and constantly chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the dust quickly clears and one is elevated to the platform of pure knowledge. The ultimate goal, Vishnu, can be attained only by this chant and by devotional service, and not by mental speculation or argument. The pure devotee does not have to worry about material necessities of life. He need not be anxious because when he removes the darkness from his heart, everything is provided automatically by the Supreme Lord, who is pleased by loving devotional service of the devotee. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. By studying Bhagavad Gita, one can become a soul completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord and engage himself in pure devotional service. As the Lord takes charge, one becomes completely free from all kinds of materialistic endeavors. Hare Krishna.
Right.
Very nice.
Thank you.
See, you didn't have to be nervous.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
So that brings us to the end of today's offering to Lord Damodara. Shri Radha Damodar Bhagwan ki jai. Kartik Mahina Maha Mahotsav ki jai. So just a couple of comments. Sorry, Sanya Mataji, I'm picking on you. So it's just two things that I thought I'll just talk about. The first is the meaning of the word Damodara. Dam means rope. Okay, you mentioned it meant the mortar. Ulukhala is the mortar. So Dam is the rope that binds the Lord to the ulu color. And his udar means stomach. So Dāmodara. And if you see, the rope is a very, very important entity. It's a living entity. Everything in the Lord's Dham is conscious. Yeah? And the rope is spiritual in nature. It cannot be material in nature because nothing material in nature can bind the spiritual Lord. So the rope is also his energy. And that is why his name is called Dāmodar. It is, the rope is his own Shakti which can bind him. So unless he decides to be bound by his own rope, another word, another meaning of the word guna. What does the word gunas mean? The three gunas we say? Gunas means modes. Yeah. But another meaning of the word guna means rope. Another meaning of the word guna means rope. So this rope is not made up of the material gunas. It is completely a spiritual rope. So which is why that name, his name itself brings the rope into it. Dāmodara means Dāma Udara. And in the last verse we say Namaste Stu Dāme. The first thing we bowing down is to the rope. Obeisances to the rope. So that was one. And the second is Bhishma Panchaka. Now this is actually commonly misunderstood to be the time when Bhishma Dev, the last 5 days of his life, at the end of which he gave up his body. But that is not quite right, because when you think about it, Bhishma Dev waited for Uttarayana. Yeah, Uttarayana happens, especially in India, it happens in the middle of January. 14th of January. So it's only after January that he passed away. Also, the Bhagavad Gita was spoken on the Ekadashi, Mokshada Ekadashi. And Mokshada Ekadashi doesn't come for at least another month and a half. So the Bhishma Panchaka basically has nothing to do with Bhishma Dev. The word Bhishma means terrible. Okay, Panchaka means the 5. So devotees have an option to follow a terrible vow. So the rest of Damodar month, the rest of the Kartik month, you can, your main vow is to offer a ghee lamp to the Lord every day and to sing the Dāmodarāṣṭakam and worship Radha Krishna, and we do that every day. So that's not, a great big wow for a devotee. But when it comes to the Bhishma Panchaka, what a devotee can do is there are various levels of fasting that they can do. So the top level of fasting is called the Panchagavya fasting, where on different days, the first day the devotee has subsists only on cow urine, then on cow dung, then on cow's milk, then on yogurt, and then on butter or ghee. So this is how, some devotees, what they'll just do is they'll just mix up everything and have a spoonful, that's it. So that's their fast for the whole 5 days. Yeah. So this is considered to be the top level of Bhishma Panchaka, top level of fasting. The second is to have just roots and fruits. Maybe eat once a day, have a few fruits, and that's it. Yeah, so that's the second level of fasting. The third level of fasting is where you have something called Havishyanna. Havishyanna is the kind of, it's a kind of khichdi that is usually offered into the sacrificial fire. So it's made up of rice, ghee, moong dal, and there are certain herbs and certain vegetables that are listed in Hari Bhakti Vilas, which you can put in, and that's about it. And you use, the rock salt, Sindha Namak, on that day. So 5 days you eat just this khichdi. That's it. So that's the third level of fasting. So there are various levels of fasting that one does, and that is why those 5 days are called Bhishma Panchaka. The word Bhishma means terrible. So you're taking a terrible vow. It's a hard vow. So I just thought I'd share that with you all. So thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions or comments for all the speakers, please? I thought personally that it was just absolutely brilliant. Yes, Prabhuji?
Yeah, everyone did very well, Mataji.
You are muted, Prabhuji. You're muted.
This Kārtika month is special for Lord Narasimha also.
Mm.
If you go to Sholinga, Tamil Nadu, it is famous. All devotees go this 4 weeks and then have darshan and come back.
Okay.
Special, very special to Lord Narasimha.
Okay. So they go to Ahobalama?
No, this is Sholinga in Tamil Nadu.
Sholinga Narasimha. Okay. Okay.
It is near to Kanchipuram
Mm.
and on the way to Tirupati.
Mm.
Mataji,
Yes.
any easy kind of fasting we have? Fasting itself is difficult. Anything, you said all complicated ones.
Oh, there are easy ones. Yes. I mean,
Yeah,
any fasting.
tell us easy, those 5 days at least we'll do.
No, there are lots of things one can do. See, any austerity one takes up voluntarily to please the Lord is called tapasya. Okay. So we can just say, okay, every day I'm going to fast till 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Half day fasting, which means what, we're not having breakfast. So, okay, that is my offering to Lord.
That is easy. Yeah, can be done. Yeah.
Or some devotees say, oh, we will eat only one time in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is another way of fasting. The third way of fasting, some people will just, in fact, they do it for the whole month. They'll say we'll eat only one time and we'll eat only one item the whole month. So we are just focusing on, let's say, roti and moong ka dal. That's it. So the whole idea behind, actually the whole idea behind all this fasting is that we are cutting down the time that we spend in anything other than worshipping the Lord and, serving the Lord. However, what do devotees do? We cook and we offer. Right? That itself is an austerity. So that itself is a huge austerity, because what are we doing? We may be hungry, but we don't immediately say, okay, I'm going to have a taste, and then forget offering today. No, we will still make everything. We will put it there. We'll take it out. We'll clean everything. And then, oh, garam roti, forget it. Krishna had the garam roti. You end up having only thanda roti. Isn't it? Now, those are austerities that we are already performing. So we have to realize that and not be too hard on ourselves, We as devotees do tend to kind of get a little pressured. And no need to be pressured. We just do whatever we can do. And then during these kind of times, we try and ramp it up at least a little bit. Just a little bit. That should be all good. So there are various ways that we can fast. We can, or we can decide that we'll chant extra rounds. Instead of just chanting 16 rounds, okay, this 5 days I will chant 18 rounds or 20 rounds. Yeah? We decide on a number and we do it. Because whatever we can do, see, this is where, you know, the whole 9.2, Bhagavad Gita 9.2, it has to be Susukam and Avyayam. Susukham means it shouldn't be that we get agitated doing it. Hari, I'm not able to do it. I'm getting angry with everybody because I'm not eating. That doesn't help. It doesn't help anybody. So we decide on what suits our nature. Some people, you know, when they fast, acidity, they fall sick. What is the whole point? So we look at our body and then we follow whatever we can do best. And we do that susukham, happily. And it has to be avyayam, unbroken. Unbroken means what? I have taken this vow. Now come what may. It's not going to stop. It's not going to break. Why? Because I'm happy doing it. See, if I was not susukham, the avyayam will not happen. Only when I'm completely happy doing what I'm doing, I can continue doing it. Otherwise, I'm looking for an excuse to break it. So we look at ourselves, we look at our own natures, and then we decide what is best for us. And we do that, and we do it lovingly for the Lord. Make sense?
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay.
I have one question, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
It's nothing, I mean, the first Kartik program I attended was yours at Hiten Prabhu's place in New Windsor. I think it was 4 years back. I don't remember, but
Yes,
that was my
I
first.
remember.
Yeah, that was my first Kartik program that I ever attended. And since then, I had this question in my mind because all the Hindu months, Chaitra, Vaishak, and all, they start from new moon day to new moon day. You know, from Amavasya to Amavasya. So this Kartik Mass, it's from Purnima to Purnima. So that I don't know. I mean, it was
No,
a
it's
little
not
bit.
just this Kartik Mass.
Yeah.
So the Hindu calendar, there are two types of calendars. Okay, so one is called Sapurna Panchanga, and the other is called Apurna Panchanga. Sapurna means it starts on Purnima. Okay, and Apurna means it starts on Amavasya. So parts of the country, mostly the northern parts of the country, and funnily enough, so one part of the country follows the Sapurna and the other part follows the Apurna. So, which is where we have this dichotomy, this overlap. But our tithis and everything, they match. So it's just an overlap of 15 days, you know. Everything else matches. So everybody's happy. There's no real problem. And as far as we are concerned, we are very happy because we get 45 days of Kartik to go out and do programs. So you call up some people and they'll go, no, Kartik doesn't finish on the 5th of November, 5th or 15th of November, whatever. Oh, it's actually finishing 15 days later. We say, yeah, absolutely, you're right. We are wrong. When do you want the program?
Same Mataji. My mom, every year she says, no, Kartik month is not started. I said, no, it started. You didn't do it. I keep yeah.
So, so we just go for a 45-day Kartik month.
So Actually, it should be 60 days. Oh, 45 days, that's
No,
right.
there'll be only an overlap, no?
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, Sandhya Mataji.
I got a question, Mataji. Is about, when we do the ghee lamp, so we do the number 4237 was for his lotus feet, then his belly, and then his face, and then all around.
That's
Why
right.
the number signifies, Mataji?
I'm not sure what the numbers actually signify, but the way I see it, it is to get us to focus. So you are focusing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 7. Okay, so the whole focus is on the Lord at that time. Of course, once you get used to it, then you're like, mind is somewhere else, you are somewhere else, and the lamp is somewhere else. But the whole idea is, it helps, and as a process, it also helps develop your left brain, right brain, when you think about it. So you are counting, you are singing, and you are also moving the lamp. So everything together, there's a lot of things, multitasking that's happening, which helps the left brain, right brain, and of course the bell in the other hand. So yeah, but I don't know the exact significance of those numbers. And again, different sampradayas have different numbers. Some of them don't. They just show the lamp, And so, yeah, it's just something that's tradition more than anything.
Thank you, Mataji.
Any other questions? Okay. Bahu bahu dhanyawadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.
Shvaha milamaha.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
much.
you, everyone.
Shvaha sayankale milamaha. Saptavadane milamaha.
Yeah. Krishna.
Astu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Sanchita Mataji and Aditya Prabhu. Thank you, Sandhya Mataji. Thank you, everyone. This is wonderful.
Thank
Mataji,
you,
you make
Mataji.
so simple everything. I really love it because you make everything so simple and sweet.
Krishna has made everything so simple and sweet. Prabhupada has made everything so simple and sweet, Mataji. We just follow, that's all. Krishna is the one who's saying, Susukam, be happy. See, if we have to go towards Krishna, Krishna is Ananda Ghanamurti. He is Satchit Ananda. He is Sandrananda. He is condensed happiness, condensed bliss. A quality of bhakti is stated by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He says, Bhakti is Sandrananda, which means what? Bhakti is condensed bliss. So if we who are doing bhakti are not happy, some problem is there.
That's true.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
There is some things not matching up. So we have to be careful. We have to figure that out.
But automatically it will change. We need not do anything. Yeah. Without our knowledge, it will automatically change.
That is correct. But to help that happen, if one does it with focus, making the right choices, it becomes faster. That's the only thing. Yes, you're very right, Prabhuji.
But
we have to follow bhakti and we have to keep doing it.
But if you focus more, if you think you want to focus more, you will not focus. Do whatever way you want, automatically that will come. So if you are specific about, definitely it will not happen. This is my opinion. Sorry for that.
No problem.
Mataji, so before Kartik month, I was so excited. Oh, October 21st is a Kartik month. And on first few days of Kartik month, 4, 5, I used to get up early in the morning and everything. Now I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just get up bit late. So it has been gradually been decreasing, which is not the good part. I don't know how to focus now.
No, it's not. See,
Started me off.
that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. If you can get up early, great, do it and try and do it. But if you can't, like personally for me, I find it difficult to wake up early in the morning, because if I do, then I within 3 or 4 days, within a week, I fall sick. I have seen that in me. So I don't get up early. I can't. Physically, not possible. So we work within that constraint. When possible, do it. When not possible, don't beat yourself up. Practice. Like Prabhuji said, it will come. You know? And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya, everything. See, if it is mental, then yes. Like Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati says, every morning, take a chappal and hit your mind 10 times. Every evening, take a broom and hit your mind 10 times. Okay. So that is the, if your mind is not cooperating, that is the way to do it. Because Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Abhyasena. When Arjuna says, my mind keeps running away. Krishna says, yes, that's the job of the mind. But what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to practice bringing it back. Practice bringing it back. When we talk about meditation, focus meditation and all, that's exactly what is said. You focus on one thing, your mind will run, you gently bring it back. You're not beating the mind up. Saying, how dare you, you stupid mind. It's not going to help the mind. It's only going to make it more agitated.
Yeah.
You go, no problem, come back. You go, no problem, come back.
But
Yes,
in our sampradayam, we don't disturb the God early in the morning. Unless we go work early in the morning, we do that aradhana and all that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we start 10 o'clock only.
Oh, really?
Some Saturday, Sundays, we start 12. I finish 12 o'clock, 12:30.
Wow. Okay.
I start 10 o'clock only, Saturday, Sundays.
Okay.
But if I go for Divya Prabandham class, then I start 8 o'clock, finish 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock, Divya Prabandham, like that.
Okay.
So we don't disturb. But we do that column and the ghee lamp. Daily we do ghee lamp, ghee lamp daily.
Yeah.
That is compulsory.
Yeah.
So if you do like that, not necessarily that you have to do only Kartik Mass, you can do daily.